I just was wondering if there was any research that sort of indicated how the workforce has changed, how people's use of time, from the time the pandemic happened, people all went home, and now companies are trying to get workers back into the workforce. I mean, how has that sort of changed people's use of their time and how they view the workforce and working from home versus going into the office?
I think that's a great question. I think it makes measurements more difficult. What does full employment mean? Where when you think about the unemployment rate or job gains or other metrics, the underemployment rate might become a somewhat more important measure to complement the other measures, and you have to take a more holistic view, look at a number of different metrics to understand where the labor market is. I think what we saw, is in the midst of the pandemic, as people were working from home, which was all very new to a lot of people. A lot of people worked much more intensively. They weren't really perhaps separating as much as perhaps they would have liked the work versus personal life. They worked more intensively, worked more hours, but as there's a lot of insecurity, I think, at the time with the once in a century pandemic and the high unemployment rate that we saw towards the beginning of the pandemic. But as we worked through the pandemic and that faded, that insecurity faded, and people got used to working from home, I think they were able to reestablish those boundaries. I know in my group here at EY, we have some 60 people, many of which work from home all the time, some of which come into the office a day or two a week, and I think people are much better at setting those boundaries, and I think going forward, different firms are making different decisions about whether they want their employees in the office and to what degree they want them in the office. There does seem to be a trend to an extent to bring some people back into the office. We've seen some major companies make announcements recently along those lines. I think from the Fed's perspective and others following the economy, it does force us to take a more holistic view and bring more metrics in to understand where the economy is